See, alright, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. We said, I'm a person, Ella Jagri, Musana, the ruler teaches our person should, and we see how the teacher and so the accuracy they pushing with on truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly in season or season, we say Shalom. And once again, going into our video here, and let's basically teaching upon this video, right? Now, I'll play the video. Right, play the video.
Khulula lo muntu awumakhulule abantu bezabona bamuhle ndoda makakhulule lo muntu awuzweke
ulahlela emanzini lo mpophi lo uhambe namanzi lesifungo lesi sihambe namanzi lesi
baganga ba
hayi abantu abafasa ba bamfasa ukuthi angazali lo muntu
lapho siphinda beka imali uzana
chakachuda madoda ayiphele le project umuntu ahambe hayi ngeke I cannot bear witness to this. What is this? Or bafasa imali ukuthi iphulukane naye
imali
ishumi nalo bamfasa ishumi
belila esini bayaganga labantu
nalo leshumi aliye ngalithatha inyambozo lahlela emanzini lento lahlela emanzini lento.
Right, and as you can see is basically what you would people would have different terms to it, different terms that they would call it, right? But it's basically witchcraft, right? Some people would say voodoo, right? Some people would say, in the Caribbean they would say obia, right? But it's just basically witchcraft, sorcery, right? And that's where it is, you're seeing these kind of things in the movies where people make what they would say a voodoo doll, and they inject it, and they make the other person feel some sort of pain and so forth. Now, when I saw this video, and as the let's also take a quick pause because some music struck us sparse and blasting music, right? But nonetheless, continuing, as I said, I saw the video and I saw the caption, right? And the caption was, "Someone's life is about to get better. Sad reality we are living in." And I've done some videos in the past talking about. I've done some videos for I believe last month touching upon witchcraft, sorcery, and many things that people are indulging themselves in. And as the second statement was said, it says sad reality we live in here because majority of the people are going on to these type of sorcery. You have a high increase, right? Back in the days, I should say, these kind of things. It was being done, but it would not be outright, out in the open and so forth, and people would not be glorifying it and so forth. But the reality that we live in now, these people, they stray away from the commandments of the Lord, they stray away from the ways of the Lord, right? And these are the things that they pick up. They move on to sorcery, they move on to idols, right? The witchcraft, the obia, and many other things that they do, right? Now, I'll let you bring forth the scripture. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 6, right? Right? 8 verse 6, right? Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 6. It said, "Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways and to fear him." And that is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to keep the commandments of the Lord, right? That the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways and to fear him, right? But now in this time that we're living in, these people are not walking in the ways of the Lord. They ain't fearing him for sure, and they ain't keeping the things that they ain't keeping his commandments, right? They stray away, as it say here, as the scripture says, "Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways and to fear him." And as this person stated, sad reality we live in, and this video was posted, there are so much of people, especially these women that are doing these things. They're not walking in the ways of the Lord. They ain't fearing him, they're not keeping his commandments. Because if you are keeping his commandments and walking in his ways, you would know that doing these things, right, or going on to idols, doing witchcraft and these things is something that you're not supposed to be indulging in. You're not supposed to be taking part in, right? Now, I'm going to bring an next scripture here. right? This is the book of Exodus chapter 22 verse 18. It said, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. And that is straight to the point. So you can see this, if this is being said, this is something that these women, they're going on to these witches, to these warlocks, to these sorcerers, right? Trying to get love potions, trying to get these and many other things, just like you see in this video with this doll, right? Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 10. It said there shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch. Right? So let's do a quick search here. Let's go into the word enchanter. Quick Google search. It say enchanter, a person who uses magic or someone or something. Right? It's a magician, a sorcerer, right? Right? So let's go back to the scripture. It says Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 10. It says, there shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, right? Or a witch. And these people, these women, and some of these men are becoming this. You see, they're promoting it. They have videos. I was watching a video yesterday with someone posted a video on Twitter where it's a couple. They have courses teaching people how to do something they was doing, some witchcraft they was doing, and they have courses to do it. So you can see how these people are straying away from the paths of the Lord. And Jake, hey, they're in it heavy, right? They're in it heavy. Right, so you see verse 11, it say, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. Right, they say, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee. So and I straight to the point, they say, for all that do these things an abomination to the Lord. Because even though this video may be listen to the voices, most likely somewhere in Africa, right? But these things are as again, going back to the statement the person made as a caption, it says, sad reality we live in. These things are being done worldwide on a grand scale, right? In the Caribbean, say no, they might call it a different name, but in the Caribbean they say voodoo, or we say obia. Right? And majority of these people are into that, right? They are into it heavily. They go to seek out a charmer, they go to seek out a witch, an enchanter, they go to seek out a consultant with familiar spirits, right? A wizard, a necromancer, that is what they go to do. You hear accounts of these women, and there are videos on the TikToks and so forth, right? Talking about they're going to deal with a witch to get somebody chewed down, or they're going to deal with a witch to make one of the family members feel it, or that is how they speak. So they speak highly of the things, of these abominable things that the Lord said to stay away from. And that is why they bring the Deuteronomy 8, that we're supposed to keep His commandments and to follow in His paths. But these people are straying away from the path, and they literally, the scripture says, they revolt and gone. These people are finished. They stray so far away from the paths of the Lord and the way that they're supposed to be. Because this, as again, that's going over the statement, says sad reality. This is what they're into. This is what they believe in. They don't believe in the Lord. They rather go on to a witch, and offer the witch something, the firstborn or whatever it is they may offer up, and to do somebody something, right? But let's remember verse 12 say what? For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. For all that do these things are an abomination to the Lord. And we know the Lord say what? He hated all abomination. So don't feel it doing this thing, because hey, there was someone, let's give an account of a situation. I believe I did a video and I mentioned it before. There was someone that I knew, right? Right? And they literally went to a witch, an enchanter, however you want, you know, a consulter with familiar spirits, right? They went onto that person to try and trap a man, you know, as they in the Caribbean, to try and keep a man, right? And I didn't know at the particular time it's someone who knew, you know, who knew the person. Also, you know, that person went and do, you know. But when you watch the particular woman, right, she talking about the God every day, you know, God this, she putting up scriptures every day, right, talking about the Lord, and then, but she going on to witches, right? Hey, and as the scriptures say here, for all that do these things an abomination to the Lord. It have no way you could be going on to a witch and feeling that you can deal with the Lord. You understand? You get judgment to receive for doing these things. Just as in this video here, you see the men like they was doing some work by a bridge, you know, or by a riverside, and you know they digging up and they found this. And to some people, this might be like, you know, saying, no, this has been done. You see these women, they're indulging in astrology, manifestation and natural earth and all these other things that they're dealing with, which go back to a particular belief, and they'll be dealing with what? Familiar spirits and so forth. All these things that they're taking part in is being abominable. They don't want to follow the ways of the Lord, right, and follow that pathway, but they know the pathway they will take to being abominable. Because I go now till let me go to a scripture, let me go to the book of Ecclesiastes. Let me go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12. Chapter 12, verse 13, you say, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. So we're supposed to fear the Lord. And as I brought out in Deuteronomy 8, right? Let us say the whole conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. So we're supposed to fear the Lord. And fearing the Lord, you know, you're not supposed to go into these states because you have judgment to receive for doing that. Right? And keep his commandments, and you're already telling us that we're not supposed to go into what? Familiar spirits. We're not supposed to make a suffer a witch to live. And these things, those are things that we're supposed to keep. But hey, the sad reality is that these people they want a good work, they go and sell out. They were a man or a woman, they go and sell out. They will do somebody something, they go into a witch, they go into a thing. You know, this is what they're indulging in. You know, I remember when I was young, you know, our elders, you know, your grandparents and so forth, your father, your mother, whoever it may be, taught us that, hey, not to these witchcraft and these Obian things, don't stay away from that. You know, sometimes they point in your head so much. Do you say, have you believe in certain things like don't leave your shoes outside because somebody will do you bad, you know, and these things. And that's sticking in mind that, hey, you know, you're supposed to stay away from these things and so forth. But no, this generation teaching their kids and so forth, go into witchcraft, go into these abominable things. So they stray away from the paths of the Lord. Right? And you know what? They love evil. So they will love these things. See if I bring that particular script I wanted to get. Yeah, so that brings you to 8 verse 6, where it literally say, therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways and to fear him. Right? So to keep the commandments, and we now read that we're not supposed to be going on to what? Familiar spirits, and a consult of familiar spirits, witches, and so on. Right? I'm gonna bring our next scripture here. This is the book of 2 Samuel chapter 22, and I read from verse 21. It said, the Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands had he recompensed me. For I have kept the ways of the Lord, and have not wickedly departed from my God. And that is just straight to the point. For I have kept the ways of the Lord, and have not wickedly departed from my God. But these people, they depart from the Lord. Right? They depart. You know, the ways that they keep, it's not the ways of the Lord. So they literally depart. So they started dealing with witchcraft. They started dealing with, it has something else that they deal with now called with the trees and all these sort of things that they believe in now. Right? Psalm chapter 18 verse 21. It says, for I have kept the ways of the Lord, and have not wickedly departed from my God. Same thing. Right? Same thing. Right? So it's such an important thing. Such an important thing to follow the ways of the Lord. Such an important thing to keep the commandments of the Lord, to fear the Lord. Right? Hey, hey, as the person says, sad reality we living in. These people, they highly believe in witchcraft, sorcerers, necromancy. You know what you think that these women is we talking about on TikTok, on the Twitter pages or the YouTube videos or whatever it might be, and you see literally witchcraft. Right? No, it has, they were saying that there were documents stating that, or article stating that women are leaving the churches to become Christian witches. Hey, that's the time that we're in, yo. That's the time that we're in. So, hey, with that, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, Ba'ashem Rekakodash. We sit down with our personal elders, our great most, and our ruler, teachers of our personal truth, and we see salutations for the account, put you on truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly, in season and season, we say, Shalom.